And welcome back to Western New York Living. Before we know it, short and swimsuit season will be upon us. So now is the time to start battling stubborn fat and worse yet, cellulite. And I'm here to tell you today, there's an easier way to do it than spending hours at the gym. We're going to head over to the Cosmetic Vein and Laser Center so you can hear more about Coolsculpting and Cellfina treatments.
It's human nature for anyone to want to look their best, but most important, people want to feel comfortable in their own body. For close to 20 years, the Cosmetic Vein and Laser Center in Williamsville has dedicated itself to helping Western New Yorkers do just that. For many people, the problem they struggle with is stubborn fat and worse yet, cellulite. At the Cosmetic Vein and Laser Center, they offer effective treatments to alleviate both problems. For stubborn fat, it's as easy as one application from the Coolsculpting laser to non-invasively remove excess body fat.
We've been doing Coolsculpting since it was FDA approved. And we've seen the advancement in the technology, but we also have seen who is a good candidate and who is not. Anyone can apply the handpiece or the applicator to the body, but it's really the physician or the medical professional that needs to evaluate the patient to make sure that they're a good candidate for this treatment. I want to be clear that Coolsculpting is not a weight loss program. You don't need to drink water. You don't need to exercise, although that's good for you. In order for Coolsculpting to work, there's nothing required other than coming in for the treatment. When we weigh patients before and after, their weight remains the same, but they've been permanently contoured. We're born with a fixed number of fat cells, and those fat cells swell when we gain weight, and when we lose weight, they shrink. So in order to have an effective method to make this permanent, we need to destroy those fat cells. So Coolsculpting works non-invasively by freezing, and it permanently disrupts the fat cells. And the body absorbs them and excretes them. What we see with Coolsculpting from a result standpoint is a 20 to 25% reduction in fat cells within the treated area. We treat about a stick of butter size amount of fat cells with one cycle, and that takes 1 hour. So if someone has both love handles, they're going to need 2 cycles in order to reduce their love handles by 25%.
This coming Thursday, everyone's invited to stop by the Cosmetic Vein and Laser Center's spring warm-up event to find out more about Coolsculpting and how it can effectively help you lose stubborn fat. They also have information on Cellfina, which is a newer procedure that can help eliminate cellulite, which has a 96% satisfaction rate after 2 years.
For 9 years, I've told women, there's nothing I can do for your cellulite. Don't spend money on creams, don't spend money. It doesn't work. It works short term, it works a day. And finally, there's a device that is so precise at treating the dimples of cellulite in women with bruising as the only downtime that we finally have. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to not say no.
Dr. Brower has treated patients from the age of 18 to 55 with Cellfina and told me the best results are seen with patients who are close to their ideal weight.
Patients don't want their dimples to go away just because they want to look great in a bathing suit. They want to look good in a pair of yoga pants, in a pair of tight-fitting pants. Your dimples are very simple how they're formed. They're formed because these fibrous bands are pulling right under that dimple and have shortened. So that fibrous band is pulling that dimple down. So what this device does is uses just a needle hole, and a little needle will break that band and the dimple pops up. That band, because it's minimally traumatic, that band doesn't reform. You're bruised. You've got to wait till the bruise goes away. But even before the bruise goes away, in 3 days, when the swelling has gone away, you see that that dimple that you've looked at for how many years has popped up and is not there anymore. And it does it so precisely and minimally traumatic that the side effects are basically none. Bruising is your side effect. It's so focused on the dimples that we don't have to do it over and over again. We are just releasing dimple by dimple by dimple, and it takes less than an hour to have it done. Well, I've said for years, the hardest thing for me to treat is normal. Abnormal we can treat all day, but normal is really hard to treat. So cellulite is actually normal, and finding a way to pop up those little dimples that we hate, it really is revolutionary.
This coming Thursday, you can find out more about Cellfina and Coolsculpting at the Cosmetic Vein and Laser Center's spring warm-up event. But you have to give them a call to register because space is limited. Those attending will also receive 20% off those treatments. Reserve your space by calling 632-5200. You can also find out more information online at cvlc.com. It's the Cosmetic Vein and Laser Center in Williamsville.